Today, my wife and I have brought our mobile kitchen to a horse farm, and we're going to be making 3 of my favorite quick and easy lunches to make while camping, starting with steak tostadas, then a classic chicken Caesar wrap, and then finally a interesting barbecue fresh mozzarella potato papusa thing. I don't know what to call it. Let's get into it. All right, so like I said, steak tostadas. Looks like a lot of ingredients, because it kind of is, but I promise it's simple. First off, our steak, we have some sirloin. Then we're gonna need a poblano pepper, a little avocado, some onion, some garlic, ideally fresh garlic, but I didn't have any fresh garlic, so you know, it is what it is. Gonna need some cilantro. I'm also making refried beans to go on the tostada. Makes it really good. So I got some pre-soaked beans from Rancho Market. Then I actually made this salsa verde last night. I got so excited. I was gonna make it in the video, so sorry. This has poblano pepper, jalapeno, onion, tomatillo, garlic, 2 avocados, and chicken stock all blended up together. So it was really good. And then you're gonna need some tostadas. So let's begin by doing the refried beans, I think, because those are gonna cook down for a little while. So, okay, I lied. As always, you gotta season your steak before you start cooking. So I'm just gonna go on with a little bit of salt. Flip these guys over with some tongs. I am going to take some of this onion, dice it up to put in the refried beans. After it sautés down in the pan a little bit, it'll give it a nice little flavor. So just gonna do half an onion. We'll save the other half for later. It's time to get our stove kicked on. We're trying out a new stove today. It's kind of a backpacking setup, so it's really small. I want to do some videos where I hike up to places, or like Snow Basin is around here, so we can ride the gondola up to like the top of a peak, hike up somewhere cool, and then cook a meal. So comment down below if you want to see that. Let's get this thing kicked on. Woo! This thing is powerful. We'll throw a tiny bit of olive oil in there. Parked on a little bit of an angle. Guess that's the one downside of building a kitchen on your car, is you're at the mercy of where you park it. Throw our onions in the pan. Now that our onions are in there, go on with a little bit of salt. Gonna go on with some of our poblano pepper as well. Dice it nice and fine. This is all gonna help develop a really good flavor in those refried beans. I'm gonna go on with some garlic. Garlic's gonna cook really fast. And then after that, you're gonna go in with your bean slurry. If you can find pre-soaked beans, that would be ideal. It takes like days for these things to fully soak and get like this. So if you can find them, I would highly recommend. Go in with a bunch of salt. Go in with some black pepper. We're gonna go in with a tiny bit of ground cumin, just a dash. There you go. Turn this heat up. Oh, I love that the nozzle's right here and not below the pan. That's clutch. And get these up to a rolling boil, if that's even possible with a thick bean slurry, but basically just get them going, getting heating up. I have this little pot for when they're done, so I can transfer them in there and then use a stick blender to get them nice and smooth. I prefer smooth refried beans. Some people prefer like kind of loosely mashed. It just depends on what you like. Do whatever you want. Okay, the water is pretty much cooked out of those nicely, which is what you want. So I'm gonna take my little sauce pot and transfer these hot beans over. Now I'm gonna add like a scoop of chicken bouillon in there. This will add a lot of salt, so be careful, but it'll add a lot of nice flavor in there. I'm gonna add a tiny bit more water back into them. Now it's time for the fun part, the wireless stick blender. I bought this on Amazon. It's super nice for outdoor cooking. There we go. After like 30 seconds of blending, we got some nice hot refried beans. I was gonna say, I wish I had a tortilla chip to try them. That's what they look like. Dip a chip in there. Oh my goodness. Ooh, that might be the best batch of refried beans I've ever made. Those are done, they'll stay nice and warm. I'm gonna clean this pan out and then we're gonna cook the steak. Oh, I love having running water for dishes. Okay, pan is clean. It's time to cook our steak. Turn the throttle on or whatever you call it. Our pan nice and hot. Throw a splash of olive oil in there. Once your pan's hot, you're gonna throw your steak in there. While that steak's going, I'm gonna dice up the other half of our onion. I'm gonna cut up a little bit of cilantro. And mix all this together. Boom. Give our steaks a nice flip. Oh, look at that crust. That's what a nice hot pan will do for you. I'm gonna cut up a little lime. Set this over here. Got a little avocado as well. We bought these at Rancho Market and they have the smallest little pits of any avocado I've seen. Look at that. It's tiny. You can't really do the split and twist, so you gotta just be careful. Get them out of there. Cut this into fourths. Try and peel the skin off. Oh, this one's real nice. Perfect little avocado. Turn our steaks over again. Man, those got such a good sear on them. Try and fan them out a little bit. Not very good at it. Set all these over there with our limes. Remember to hit them with a little bit of salt. Give our steak another few more minutes just for these thicker pieces. Those are done. Pull them off to the side. Let them rest for a few minutes. Yeah, look at the crust on that steak. That looks so good. That looks phenomenal. I think all that's left to do is build a tostada. All right, steaks have rested for a little bit. We're gonna slice them open. You wanna cut them against the grain, razor thin if you can. Look at that, perfect mid-rare. Give it a try. Oh, this is taking a while. Quick transition. There we go. Time to build ourselves a tostada. Go on with a plate, of course, because we're not heathens over here. Gonna go on with a nice tostada on bottom. You can make these while you're out and about. This is an easy meals video, so it's obviously easier to just buy pre-made ones. We're gonna go on with some of our warm refried beans. I'm gonna layer on a bunch of this thinly shaved, delicious steak. A little bit of this homemade salsa verde. Then a little bit of white onion and cilantro mix. Avocado fans. Gonna add a few lime wedges on the side. And lastly, we'll go on top with a bunch of queso fresco. And there we have it. I'm gonna make one for Holland. Cue the B-roll. Steak tostada. Also, say hello to Holland's horse, Estrella. There it is. Let's give it a try. Rate it 1 through 10.
Wow.
That is so good. Very good.
9.8.
Whoa!
I love this.
Off the bat. Holy crap.
I didn't have to think about that. This is so good.
9.8 is very high. I'll take it though. It is really good. I'd honestly probably be at a 9.6. This is incredible. I know it seemed a little complicated. Mexican food always does. You don't have to make your own refried beans. You could do canned. I would recommend the chicken bouillon, the onion, and the peppers and garlic. It just adds a little bit more depth, but overall, this is really easy to make and super, super good. Next up, a chicken Caesar wrap with with a little bit of a twist in the crouton and cheese department. Let's make it. So, chicken Caesar wrap, pretty simple. The only things you're gonna need are a wrap or a tortilla, some Parmesan cheese, a lemon, some Caesar dressing. This is where the twist comes in. Some Parmesan goldfish, a chicken breast, some bacon, and a wedge of iceberg or ideally romaine. Let's get started. I'm gonna start by kicking the old trusty stove back on. Get our pan heating up, and we're gonna season up our chicken breast. We're gonna do a little bit of olive oil to act as a binder. Cover this on both sides. We're gonna do some salt and pepper, a little garlic powder, a little onion powder. Gonna do that on both sides real quick. Pan should be nice and hot because this stove super fast. Lay our chicken breast in there. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. We're gonna get this thing cooking. Next up, we're gonna get our salad going. Just a quick Caesar salad. Like I said, this is normally with romaine, but make do with what you got. So I had iceberg at home. Since we are outdoors, if you're doing this while you're camping, Ziplocs are your friend. Just try not to use too many at once because it does feel a little bit wasteful. So we're just gonna chop up, shred this iceberg however you want. If you want big chunks, that's great. I am a huge fan of finely shredded iceberg lettuce. Once that's done, you're just gonna put it into your Ziploc. Into there, we're gonna add some bacon bits. These are pre-cooked bacon bits that I bought at Costco, I believe. Just saves a little bit of time, and you kind of want them cold, so it works out. Next, we're gonna go in with a little dollop of our Caesar dressing. Make sure you put enough in there. There's nothing worse than an undersauced chicken Caesar wrap. We're gonna add another small little twist. This will kind of just help add a little brightness. We're gonna do some lemon zest. There we go, just a little bit. Take it in your Ziploc bag, and you're just gonna mix it all together. Now that it's all mixed in there, just for funsies, I'm gonna grate some fresh parm in there as well. I'm also gonna use this Parmesan later, but more Parmesan never hurt. And there we go, Caesar salad. I'm gonna toss this in the cooler while we wait for the chicken. And that chicken smells really good. Give it a flip. Look at that crust on there. This is a thick piece. I probably should have butterflied it before I cooked it. And you know what? It's not like I can't do it right now. So I would advise, if you want the chicken to cook quicker, to butterfly it beforehand, but I'm just gonna do it after because I can. Spread it open like that. That'll help it cook even faster. Okay, while that chicken's going, I'm gonna take my Parmesan and I'm gonna cut little chunks like this. Probably 1/8 of an inch thick is what you're going for. These are going to be very important later on. Okay, that should be good. This piece is done. All right, chicken's done. Set that to the side. I'm gonna turn this pan nice and low because it's super hot. We're gonna take our Parmesan chunks and just lay them straight into the pan. This is important you use a non-stick. It's gonna be really hard to do this without a non-stick pan, but want it nice and low. Set those Parmesan pieces in there. The best way to do this is to bake them, in my opinion, but don't have an oven today, so it is what it is. Let that chicken rest and cool off for a little while. This looks really good for chicken breast. More of a fan of chicken thigh, but honestly, pretty good cook on that chicken breast. Okay, see how this is starting to bubble around the edges? That's what you want to see. Basically take it to where it's bubbling all the way through on all these pieces. And you want to see it start to turn the slightest bit kind of like orangish on the edges. Once they're all starting to turn orange, I'm just gonna kill the heat and let those cool. So while those are cooling off, I think our chicken has rested nicely. So I'm gonna slice this up, see how we did on the cook. Take the part with the thickest cross section. Oh yeah, nice and juicy. Same thing as our tostada. You want this in pretty small little pieces. Oh, nice juicy chicken breast. Let's give it a try. That is pretty dang perfect. Once you got your chicken how you like it, put it back on the plate, set it to the side. Cutting it up like that will also help it cool off, because in a perfect world, the chicken Caesar wrap is cold. Now that our parm crisps are all cool, you want to gently flip them over. Once they fully cool, they'll kind of release from the non-stick pan. We're gonna kick the stove on again. And get them heating up on the other side. So while that's going, we're going to assemble. I'm gonna take our wrap, just a nice big tortilla, and grab our delicious Caesar salad that we mixed up. Kind of bunch it up. Okay, we're gonna kill the heat on that and let those cool for a minute. We're going to add some Parmesan goldfish to our salad. This is gonna act as the croutons. I like to add them after the salad's tossed so it doesn't get like kind of soggy. I'm gonna go on with our beautiful pan-seared chicken breast. Oh, this smells so good. And then we're gonna go on with some of these Parmesan Crispies. Now, if you wanted these to have even more texture, just let them cool 100%. Personally, there's a really sweet middle ground for me where they're crunchy and chewy at the same time. It's hard to describe, but if you put them in when they're warm, that's kind of what it'll accomplish, and it's really good. All right. Oh, I have to. You're gonna fold in the sides. Don't be afraid to get your hands a little dirty. You want everything inside this. Pull it in with your fingers, roll it over. There's our wrap. I'm gonna kick the stove back on again. The pan, nice and hot. And we're not looking to cook anything. We're just looking to toast the tortilla and seal off this flap right there. And then we'll do one on the other side and then we'll be good to go. So we're gonna put this in our pan, into that Parmesan oil. There's that color we're looking for. Kill the heat. Hotter the pan, the better, honestly, to get some color. Flip it over. And there we go. Cue the B-roll. Okay, the chicken Caesar wrap. Let's give it a try. I'm a huge fan of a chicken Caesar wrap, especially when it's got a little toastedness on there, whatever that means. All right, cheers.
Delicious.
The lemon zest, you can really taste it.
Yeah.
Like a hint of brightness in there. It's really good. That chewy, crunchy Parmesan, really good. Overall, I'm gonna give this a 9-1. I love a good chicken Caesar. The goldfish are a nice little touch too, and they're not as sharp as croutons, so you don't feel like you're gonna cut your mouth. And they're a little smaller. Big fan of that as well. What about you?
I'll go 8-7. I am actually not a huge fan of chicken Caesar wraps, but I love this one. The lemon's really good, and the goldfish, yeah, don't scrape up the top of your mouth. Win-win.
Win-win indeed. Lastly, those weird potato things that I've yet to name. Maybe I did in editing. I don't know. Let's make them. All right. For these yet to be named potato pockets, the closest thing I can liken them to is like a papusa. I don't know. Anyway, you're gonna need some potatoes. You need some protein. I went with pulled pork because I have like 800 pounds in my freezer. You're gonna need some cheese. I went with fresh mozzarella, a couple eggs. We're doing barbecue pulled pork, so just have some Sweet Baby Ray's. And you're gonna need some flour. And then on the side, or on top of it, we're just doing a quick coleslaw, some Lighthouse coleslaw dressing, and a coleslaw kit. Super simple and easy. So let's begin. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is peel all of our potatoes and get them cubed up and ready to boil. I'm just gonna put the potato peels in this pan. So we're just gonna go through and peel potatoes, pretty simple. This feels like it's gonna take a while, so we're just gonna quick transition to them all peeled. Now that our potatoes are nicely peeled, I'm gonna kick our stove on. Get our little pot on there, fill it with some water. We're gonna cut all our potatoes into similar sized chunks, probably like 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch cubes, just so they all cook evenly. We're gonna add our potatoes to our water and let them boil. All right, gonna let those boil for a while. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, potatoes are just about there. While they're finishing up, I am going to get our pulled pork in some barbecue just to let sit for a minute. If you're gonna make a ton of pulled pork, here's a pro tip. Instead of making it all barbecue, make it with just salt and pepper, and then you can do whatever you want with it. You can make it barbecue. You can do pork carnitas tacos with it. You can roll it up into taquitos. You can make like a nice like pulled pork gravy with mashed potatoes. It's just a lot more versatile than just loading it up with sugary barbecue. Because I don't know about you guys, but I get pretty sick of barbecue pretty quickly. So there's a little piece of advice from old Jackie Poo. I don't know why I called myself that. Here's a piece of advice for Jackie Poo from Jackie Poo. Stop calling yourself Jackie Poo. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm just gonna mix a little bit of this barbecue in there. Okay. Pork is all nice and mixed up. Tastes like barbecue pulled pork. Potatoes, I feel like are getting close. You can test them. Pull one out. Give it the old fork test. If it starts to split in half like that, that's how you know they're done. So I'm gonna turn these off. I'm gonna drain off all that hot water. Now that our potatoes are drained, I don't have anything good to mash them with. So I guess I'm gonna have to use a fork. Smash them all down. Might take a minute. Holy crap, that took forever. Now, we're gonna add a very generous amount of salt to these. Potatoes can take a lot of salt. We're gonna add some black pepper, and then some garlic powder and onion powder. Give that a good mix. Once your potatoes are mashed and seasoned, you're gonna go in at 3 potatoes, so probably like a 1/2 cup of flour in the middle. I'm one of those people that never works off recipes, so I don't actually know. I kind of just like to eyeball it and try and remember it. It's like this fun game. Then we're gonna start with 1 egg in there. We might do 2 if we need, but I'm gonna hold off for now. You wanna just start mixing everything up. Just get it all roughly mixed together with a fork to combine everything. There we go. Once you have a shaggy dough, you're gonna put a little bit of olive oil on your hands, and then you're going to pop all this dough out and just work it a little bit more into a nice dough ball. And we're just gonna set that on a plate. And there we go. I'm gonna go wash my hands and I'll be back. Okay, now that my hands are nice and clean, gonna kick our stove on again. Try and get a little bit of a lower heat going this time. We're gonna add some olive oil in that pan. So now that our pan is hot, we're gonna take a plate, put a thin layer of olive oil on it, and a thin layer of olive oil on our hands again. We're gonna grab our potato dough. And you're gonna form it into a patty. I'm gonna take some fresh mozzarella, press in the bottom of there. I'm gonna take some of this barbecue pulled pork. You don't need a ton. And then I'm gonna start to fold all that potato around, all your filling. Then you're gonna smash it flat and form it into a nice patty, and then gently lay it in your olive oil and get it frying. Coat our hands in olive oil. And do another one. Flatten it out. Some fresh mozz. Any cheese will work, honestly. We love fresh mozz. So again, kind of fold all that potato over your filling. Pinch it at the top. Pat it down nice and flat. I didn't put enough oil on my hand, so it's starting to stick a little bit, but lay the other one in, and there you go. Start cooking. I gotta rinse my hands. Make sure there's plenty of oil in the bottom of the pan for those things so they don't stick. You want them to go relatively low and slow. We're gonna whip up a quick coleslaw. Just, again, making salads outdoors. It's just easier to do it in a bag. So we got some coleslaw in the bag, and we just have this coleslaw dressing. Never had it before. Dump in a bunch of that in there. Quick, simple coleslaw done. Just in time, we're gonna try and flip this first one. Oh, look at that color on there. That looks fantastic. Yeah, that outer potato is getting all crispy and delicious. Oh my goodness, those are gonna be good. Let those go for another little while. Probably gonna give these, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes on each side. You can flip them over back and forth. Oh, these are looking fantastic. All right, turn the heat off. I'm gonna set these to the side to cool for a little bit. Cue the B-roll. Weird potato coleslaw thing. Go ahead and grab one. Open it up kind of like a papusa. Fill it with some coleslaw. All right. All right. Cheers. Wow. Oh, it's like a barbecue pulled pork sandwich French fry.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
This is awesome.
That is so good. So good. Oh. I'm gonna give that a 9 too. I think it's really good. Sweet, salty, savory, fresh crunch from the coleslaw. It's super good. What about you?
9.4.
Whoa! Is that 2 9s from you today?
Uh-huh.
Wow, she's a harsh critic too. So that's awesome. I'll take that. Sweet.
This is so much better than just regular buns.
I agree. It's really good. They hold together really well too. It's like I don't even know how to describe it. Tastes really good though. Hopefully you guys enjoyed those recipes. Try them at home or when you're out camping or at a farm with some horses. Doesn't matter. If you made it all the way to the end and you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. And we'll see you next week. Peace.
Bye.
Smudge the lens.
Uh-oh.
Whatever. Sweet. Those were all really good.
Yeah, I'd eat any of those again. Wow.
Yeah, same. Horses. Horses. Horses.